Germany and at the Red Cross. I was impressed by, her spirit, her kindness.
I just thought it was a beautiful story to get to know, how she became Supreme Master, because how does someone do that? And the musical answers that question.
I thought how hard it must have been for her to leave her husband, to find her inner peace and what she was looking for, her spiritual peace. So I think that was one of my favorite, that strength that she had to do that.
It was fabulous. It was so wonderful, you just can't describe it. It's the greatest.
I thought it was very sad, but compelling that she had to find where she's going to and her destiny. My eyes were glued to the stage.
Vowing to level out all of evils in life.
One day I'll be enlightened, bring illumination to the world. I want to be together.
It's nice that the words of the poems were put into songs, so that made it extra special. I liked it because it was a nice love story. The ending wasn't what I expected. It was very, very well done.
My favorite scene definitely was the second act when Tan was in India and she sung that like jazzy type of feel in the music. That was my favorite part. And of course when her husband and she reunited.
Forget us not, for us is all that we have got.
I had a fantastic time. The performances were amazing, the singing was amazing, the music was amazing, the messages were great. It was really fantastic, and the vegetarian buffet is amazing too. I recommend it.
I cried at the end, and I loved it, and the production value is incredible. The last number was beautiful, and I was in tears. I felt a catharsis with the character, and that was a wonderful moment.
At last she found that it was all the while hid in her very heart.
I've had the honor and privilege of meeting the Supreme Master, and she is real. There are a lot of people in the world who speak like she does, but they don't mean it. She means it. She is so full of love and generosity and kindness and understanding. I wish I could be half as good. Just half.
For me, it was a dream come true, to be able to be a little crazy and a little funny. It's not something I usually get called for. So when the offer came out and I found out about the organization and about the beautiful writings of Master Ching Hai, I said, absolutely, absolutely.
It was a wonderful experience. The ensemble and the principal artists were amazing people to work with. All the people from Supreme Master TV and the production were so welcoming. And it was just a blast, actually, to hear finally the reactions of the audience with all those songs and the Robert Torti jokes.
Todd! Where did you go? Todd!
I'm down here!
And to finally have this audience there.
One of my favorites was actually he played the gentleman that kind of chased after her. I worked with him on The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody a while back, so it was cool to see him on stage. It was hilarious.
Have they gone?
Not yet.
I like the one when she's on the river. That one was beautiful. Yeah, I really like that.
You make my life flowing like the river water.
I had no idea how mammoth a task this is until I actually got here and I realized this is not simple. The character Tan is a real character, and that is a huge responsibility for me because I know how revered she is. She's very passionate, and there's just this overflowing love coming from her, and I want to learn from that. She's constantly working and letting people know what's going to happen, what's happening in the world, and that's really brave. She's very funny, and very calming as well. I heard her first in one of her lectures, and there's something very calming about her voice. I have this thing now every night that I would watch it before I go to sleep.
We can be and should be the example of love, like giving, caring, and harmonizing, so that when others think of us, remember our names, they would feel happiness, love, comfort, and even noble. And their good quality will shine forth.
Has it been any different to that of preparing for other shows that you've been involved in?
There couldn't be more difference. Number one, because of the Supreme Master Ching Hai's poems. I've never had to write music to poems. And it's fascinating what she says. I just was so fascinated reading something. I would think, what an interesting way to say that. Now I've got to be careful that I give some major musical attention to that line. I've never experienced this before, but I begin to hear melodies as I would be reading her poems. And I thought, yeah, that has a nice flow to it. So then I'd write it down. It was very rewarding because finally when I would get to the end of a number and I'd look at it, I think, it's different from anything I've ever done, but I think I've done a good job on this. I never changed a word of her writings, and I hope I will get a chance to meet her while I'm here because I really admire her sincerity of the way she writes. And she's not afraid to say something very important. She'll put it right there in paper and words. And I've seen enough now where she's addressing people and talking. And there is a magic about her presence. It's in her poems when she writes, too.
It's not our words, it's rather louder our actions. What is going to be our legend in the long history of humans?
That song is like 12 songs to me because it says so much. It's overwhelming in the most beautiful sense of that word. There's just so much richness in the imagery that she chooses.
I've been very, very honored to meet Supreme Master Ching Hai. She's an amazing woman. I admire her so much, and she definitely is the one who made me change my life so deeply, my diet so deeply. And it's very nice because the lyrics that Supreme Master wrote are very special and so true. And it's such a strong energy there. It's a very peaceful and creative and fresh atmosphere.
It came magically together. It was meant for Supreme Master Ching Hai to be heard by the rest of the world. This is a person who has touched so many thousands of millions of people around the world. She gives a real point of view of life's problems and troubles and how to solve them. I was so moved by her, I was mesmerized actually, because she is so honest. And that's so rare in today's world to find someone like that. I'd like it to go to Broadway. I think we should tour the show around the world.
Leaving behind my possessions and beloved and all. Everything's waiting here for me.
Beautiful orchestrations, and there's a lot of good pacing, musical pacing to it. You'd have a quiet scene followed by an up-tempo number and so on. You feel for the sidekick character, the blonde woman. You know, there's a lot of pathos in there.
To enjoy this life of abandoned noble ideals.
I am a little bit in love with Elsa. She's a bit of the moral tale. She's very girly. She's always trying to catch that wealthy man. But the sadness is that she has placed no self-worth on herself. It's all outside of herself. And she doesn't understand that what she has is so wonderful. Why else would Tan be her best friend?
I live through days of deception, professing love that I don't feel, sweet utterances from rosy lips.
Can you please tell us a bit about your solo song in the show, which is Self-Confession?
No, it's Master Ching Hai's poetry that I'm expressing and David Shire's music. It's that pain that Elsa feels. She's aware that what she's looking for is not fulfilling her, and she's doing it anyway. And that, you know, it's a universal experience, I think. And so it's a sad song, and I love just expressing that bit of humanity through it.
It's a wonderful depiction of Supreme Master Ching Hai's life, and it gives so much inspiration to us all. It's just so touching to see how she shared some of the steps that she took in her journey to enlightenment. And then coming from Houston, I have just been thrilled. I love you, Supreme Master Ching Hai.
It was a delight and an honor and a privilege to be here to see someone of your stature that's taking your talents and your abilities and your creations to uplift and to succor and to just strengthen us, to help us focus on that which is truly eternal and important, and that is love and reaching out and helping one another and being thankful for all the blessings that we have. I know that heaven smiles because of what you're doing, and that you have a special calling from him to motivate us. And thank you so much for your dedication.
As soon as I got here, I felt this amazing love in the air. And honestly, I had no idea Master Ching Hai was so talented and she could do so many things. Wow, I mean, everybody's got to see her art. It's filled with light, love. It's beautiful, and you can tell where her heart is in her art, because her art is really, it's the image of the soul.
I thought it was a really moving story, and I thought the songs were really good. They were all true to her heart. Hi, Supreme Master Ching Hai. I love the show, and I love seeing you.
The Real Love gave a message of world peace and just to be happy and to love each other.
Because it was a true story, I thought it made it that much better.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, I really enjoyed the musical and the poems and everything, and thank you for everything you're doing. I'm Kirill Kulish.
I'm Trent Kowalik.
Happy 5th anniversary to Supreme Master Television.
Hello, this is Shirley Jones. You're watching Supreme Master Television. Be veg, go green to save the planet.
I loved the musical. It was very thought-provoking. It really was. I'm actually not a vegan or a vegetarian, but it's really making me consider it because two of my children are. The food tonight is delicious. I'm really enjoying it, so I'm going to read all the information.
Okay, we have to learn how to do this.
The real love for me is love of your fellow man and your fellow creatures, you know, to love all the many creatures in the animal kingdom, and I'm a vegan. That's